Hey guys, welcome back to another Breshna Breakdown. We are super excited today. We are working on our clue crawl template, which is going to be really fun. So, what we're going to do today, well, first, getting ahead of ourselves, I'm Lindsay. Welcome if you've never met me. It's so nice to meet you. We are Breshna.io and we are a no code game maker that empowers a non tech, non gamer audience to create games with no code at no cost, lightning speed, in any language. You can see here, this is the Breshna.io homepage, and so you can see we've got 22 different types of games that you can customize. Completely easy. You'll see just here in just a second. The one we're working on today is our most complicated. It's also kind of my favorite. I feel like I end up saying that about almost all of these, but for different reasons. I really love Clue Crawl for a couple of reasons. One, you can add links in Clue Crawl. So you can actually link somebody out to your website or to a study guide or to whatever it is that you need to help them get the answer. You can do that. With Clue Crawl, they're going around and they're trying to figure out where to go, and then once they've gotten there, answer a question to find out where to go next. So it's like a scavenger hunt. You're going from thing to thing. And we're going to do that as well as we're going to, like, the other reason I really like it is it's great for storylines. It's great for something where it's like you're going here and then, oh, you've done your thing and now you're going to move on to the next and you're going to do the next and the next and the next, right? So storylines are really great with this. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I am going to go ahead and make sure that you know that you're going to sign in right up here, log in first. Just to make sure that you can save your work, you always want to make sure that you sign in before you get started. Now, for most of the time at this point, it's actually not a problem anymore. I can probably stop saying that because it was a little bit of a problem before. Every once in a while, when you click create, you start doing work and then you go to save. If you didn't sign in before, sometimes it could glitch and kind of lose your work. It doesn't seem to do that anymore because our devs are amazing. Okay, so I have gone in, I've clicked the pink create button, and now I am in my Clue Crawl template. So what we're doing today is we're actually creating a game called Math Grounds. And so the idea is the player is going to be going around and just kind of figuring out which one of these things to go to and then solving math problems to get to the next step. So the cool thing about this game is it's actually leading my player on a journey, right? So what I really want to think about when I do games like this, and when I do games in general, if we want to do games that are very successful, that people want to play over and over again, you want to make sure that you're doing something that people are going to actually be interested in, right? As the Breshnaverse releases, this is a Breshnaverse carnival stand right behind me. I'm also inside of a Breshnaverse carnival stand. You can actually showcase and monetize the games that you make here. So anything that we make here together for free, you could actually potentially monetize this in the Breshnaverse from a carnival stand, right? So if you want people buying your games, you got to make them really fun. That's where this comes in. So we're storylining today. So if you haven't seen, there's the two kind of different panels. I usually go kind of consecutively through everything. I'm going to hop around quite a bit today. On the left, we have our graphics side, so that's our avatar, our map, and our music. And our map, we've got a bunch of really beautiful different maps. The underwater one is my favorite, but we're doing Math Grounds today, so we're going to stick with this campground. There's also the really pretty Winter Wonderland, and then there's like a kind of a desert one. They're all very cool. So I am going to just leave it here on the campgrounds. And want to just really quick, one thing, if you come in and you do use the campgrounds, and so you don't essentially switch your map, you know what, I'll show you what I mean. You can see when I come in here, and I haven't changed the map yet, this has already been selected. There's 3 things that have been selected for me. And so if I come in here and I want my question 1 to have them not look for a rock pile, which is what this means, right? This element is on the map. So this rock pile here corresponds to that rock pile right down there, and this little camping stove thingy cooker thing is right over here. And so this is what your player is going to follow and find. So if I wanted this campground thingy to be my first question, I can't do that. I have to actually go to the second one because it's being used, and then I can click that to something else. Once that has been selected to something else, I can come back and see that it is free, and now I can select it. So if it's dark like this, it's already been used. It can only be used once in a game. So it's already been used, and you can't go and use it. You'll have to go and change it. If you do change your map, though, it'll ask you, are you sure? Because all of your questions will be removed. If I say yes, then boom, I don't have anything on here. I can switch back to my campground, yes, and it's all removed. So either one of those can help you if you get confused and you're like, why can't I select something? Either go and change it because it's probably one of your questions, or switch the map back and forth, whatever's easiest for you. Okay, so I'm going into my settings area. I'm going to start by calling this math ground. So we're here, math grounds, and I'm coming down. We're going to leave this. Tags are for people to kind of search for your game. So I would say something like maths, and it's going to be addition specifically. We're going to be asking addition questions throughout, and I'll probably just leave it like that. And then our description here would be to explain to the person what we're doing. So you're the groundskeeper of math grounds. And then so the idea is you are the groundskeeper, you're going through your day-to-day, and because you're going through your day-to-day, you have to answer addition questions. So, go through your day-to-day, keeping the grounds nice and clean. Awesome addition questions, right? So we're the groundskeeper of math grounds, go through the day, keeping them clean. So awesome. This introduction right here is an introduction for the entire game. Obviously it says game introduction. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing because oftentimes we have introductions in the questions in our templates. This is not for the question, it is for the entire game, and it will pop up before everything. So I'm actually going to kind of just use this and say you're the groundskeeper of math grounds. Go through your day-to-day, keeping the grounds nice and clean while answering awesome addition questions. And then I'm actually going to make this exciting with an exclamation point, right? So this is going to pop up before the player gets in. So now we know that me as the player, I'm a groundskeeper. Cool, that's putting me into a character. I am now aware of what my role is as I come into the game, as well as what I'm going to be doing because go around answering questions and taking care of the campgrounds, right? So that's my little bit of settings. Now we're going into the questions. I need to select which one of these little thingies we are going to be using and kind of how to get them there. So I am going to start with us going back to the greenhouse. One of the things about this, it's way back here, right? So what I like to do is give the player a little bit more context of where that is. If I'm going to do something that's way back here, instead of just allowing them to kind of just like search through this entire map, and you get to be about, I think you see about this much all at once, kind of like a very small square. So they can't necessarily see where this thing is. They would have to go searching around. So what I like to do for my clue here is to say cross the river twice and pass the volcano to get to the greenhouse. I would typically, if I was doing something else, or like start your day at the greenhouse, I would maybe say something like go cross the river twice, go past the volcano to somewhere that plants grow. That would probably be a little bit more like of a clue. But because it's our first day and it's our first, like our chore, I'm just going to say greenhouse. It's our chore. We have to go to the greenhouse to take care of the greenhouse. So we're going to say cross the river twice and go past the volcano to start your day caring for the greenhouse. Right? So now we're here, we know that we're going to the greenhouse, we have to pass the river twice, go past the volcano, and then somewhere up here we'll be able to find it. That just gives them a little bit more of a... The other nice thing about that is after you've done that, they kind of have seen the map a little bit, so you can give them a little bit less clue. Or you can just not give them clues at all and just be like, find it. That's fine too. Okay, so now all of these are addition questions, except the first one, I'm going to explain the concept of addition. So my question is going to say, what is, actually let me come here, our answer is going to be addition. And I'm going to actually flip over to another thing. This is a link that explains what addition is, right? So the process of adding two or more items together. And I'm going to make this exactly the same as what is here in this link. So this is going to be my question. And I'm going to make this capital. The process of adding two or more items together. Now, this is addition. They could potentially say adding, they could say, I don't know, appending, I don't know what, there's not a ton of things that you could say other than addition, but there are a couple of other things. And maybe this is a more complex question that they just, I don't know what it is. If you cannot get this answer in Clue Crawl, you can't move on to the next thing. So I really like being able to grab these links here and sticking them down in this little article / Breshna game link. So now there's two kind of things that it's saying you can do here, right? You could put a website, you could put any link. You could put a website, but you could also put a different Breshna game. If you wanted them to be like going through Clue Crawl and then going out to a different Breshna game to learn, coming back to Clue Crawl and doing stuff like that, you could do that as well. I like to just keep it simple. So essentially what's going to happen is there's going to be a little thing that says read more. And then once that pops up, it'll pop up with this. And you can see so clearly what I'm looking for the answer. So they're not going to add an S, they're not going to say adding, they're not going to say added, they're going to say addition. And that's going to be the answer that they want. Addition. So now that's our first one. We've crossed the volcano, river twice, crossed the volcano, we went to the greenhouse. And now we're asking this question, addition. Cool. So now I'm going to add another question here by just clicking add question. And I am going to, oh wait a minute, hang on. Did I select? I'm almost positive I did not select the greenhouse. Okay, there it was, it's right here. Oop. And now it's selected. So my player has to go all the way back to the greenhouse and then this clue will pop up. And then rather this question will pop up. The clue will pop up to tell them where to go. So now I'm going to add my question. Did I already add it? I did. Now I am going to go over to the well, which is number 27. So that's here. And those numbers correspond. So sometimes it's like, where the heck is this? This is number 1. So you could see the little number 1 is right here. Number 2, the little number 2 is right here, right? So you can kind of figure out, oh, it's 28 out of 30. Okay, it's probably going to be way down here. All right, so question 2, we have our well. Now we are grabbing water for the tree. So here in the clue, I'm going to bring up what we just did. So great job, you finished caring for the plants in the greenhouse. All the plants in the greenhouse are fed and happy. Amazing, because you did your job. Now you're going to go to the well and start to feed the other plants or the other trees. So head to the well to grab water and water the rest of the trees. Trees. So now, obviously, I'm probably going to try and figure out, I guess, feed. Nourish. Whatever. But so now, obviously, we're not going to actually grab water. You're not going to see your character pick anything up, right? But the concept is leading your player on the storyline of, okay, now I've done this, good job. Now I'm doing this, and this is the idea of what's happening there. So then the question here is just going to be an addition question. So I'm going to say 10 plus 5. And my answer is just going to be, oh, not 5, 15. Just like that, right? So now it's going to be very simple. And I might even actually go back into our intro and say, answering awesome addition questions. I might say something about they're all numerals except for the 1. You know, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to phrase that yet, so I'm going to skip it for now. But we're back here. So we've done all the plants in the greenhouse are fed. 10 plus 5 is 15. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to take out that link because it doesn't really give us anything. I suppose I could probably give them a link to a calculator, but I think at this point we want them to be doing this in their head or at least in their own work and not with a calculator. They've got their own calculators. They can do what they want. Okay, so now we're adding a third question, and now we're going over to water trees, right? So I'm actually going to bring them over to this tree right here. There's lots of trees that they could water, but my next question is going to be at this little lumber pile of wood. So our question 3, we are going to switch to, what is this? This is 21, so we've got our pile of wood. That's going to be this tree here. And now we've got, let me just double check. Yep, all feed the trees. Beautiful. So now we're on question 3, and we're going to tell them that they have their water now, right? So you've gathered up water and are ready to nourish some trees. Head to the tree closest to the orange tent. And then that way they know which tree to go to. They also know that theoretically we are bringing water to the tree. I guess that's what we're doing. So now we're going to do a different question. Let's maybe do 8 plus 3 equals 11. And we have it like that. And again, we've taken this off. Totally fine. We're not going to do any images, but I will show one at the very end of like what showing an image could potentially be as well. So we've gathered up all the water. We're doing great. Now we're going on. Let me go ahead and add another level. So now we've watered the plants. Yay, that task is done. So we can say this. All the plants have been watered. Great job. Now we get a complaint that there's no wood in one of our campers, right? This this cabin is what I'm looking for, has smoke coming out of it, right? So we know that they've got fire and there's warmth inside of there. Over here, there's no smoke. So maybe that's because they don't have any. Maybe we have to bring them some. So now, great job, all of the plants have been watered, but now we have a complaint. We hear a complaint that someone doesn't have firewood. Head to the blue house to give them, oh wait, did we already, hang on, let me make sure I'm in the right spot. Nope, we have to go to the, head to the, we have to grab this first. Grab the wood next to you and we'll just leave it like that. Grab the wood next to you because we got to keep them separated. Okay, so we've got our wood, which is right there, right? We were just at tree 21, and now we've gone over and we're grabbing this wood right here. In order to grab the wood, we've got to answer another question, and that's going to be 6 plus 9. That is, oh, we're back to 15. Maybe we do 6 plus 8, just to make sure these are all different. Okay, so now we have gathered the wood. Once they answered that is 14, oh my goodness, then we've gathered wood. Yay. Now, so we've got great job. Grab the wood next to you. They don't have any firewood. We're going to add another question, and I'm going to say, with wood in hand, because we've answered the question correctly, so now we're moving on. Go to the blue cabin and give them wood, give it to them. So they can get warm. It's always nice to give them like an action, so give it to them, right? But also, so give it to them because we're giving them stuff to get warm. Don't just give it to them. Just go give it to them. I mean, that's fine. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But one of those things, it's like it brings your player in a little bit more when they understand why they're doing that. Oh, go and collect something. All right, fine. Go and collect something because we need them for XYZ. So, yeah, we're here, we've got this, give it to the blue cabin. Hang on. Yes, we need to move forward. This is one thing that gets me a little bit with Clue Crawl. When we add a level, anytime you add a question or a level, it duplicates the one before it. So for Clue Crawl, I get a little bit confused because then I come up and I see that I've got this selected and I'm like, oh, okay, we need to do the next one. And it's like, no, we're on the next one. We need to, hang on. So I get a little bit lost sometimes in my own head. Okay, so we have just done the wood. The plants have been watered. We're going to go grab the wood. With wood in hand, we're going to the blue thing. So let's go grab the blue cabin with no smoke and give it to them. And then we're going to make this a little bit more complicated. Plus 11 plus, I guess 7. Not that much more complicated. You know what? Let's get higher. That's 11 plus 17. There we go. That's 31. Nope. That was embarrassing. Addition, guys. I'm not here to teach addition. I'm here to teach how to make games. Okay, 28. So now we're getting a little bit higher in our addition. We've got them going to the blue cabin and give it to the people so they can get warm. Yay. So now we've moved on. We have now given it to them. And now I'm going to have them go back to the camper and head home. So now we're going to say, all done. Great job. You did a full day's work keeping the math grounds operational. Time to head home. Get in your camper to start the engines. Go like that. And then once we're there, we can have it be something else. I'm only going to add this because I want to kind of say, like, maybe we'll say something like, where do you live? Right? So I'm going to add a file here. Well, first you have to include image with question. Toggle this on first, otherwise you can't add a file. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a file here. And I've got some content here that are landmarks. So I'm going to grab this. Where's the one I want? That's fine. I'll just grab this one. I have it right here. This is good. Actually, this is really nice. Oh, is that not a PNG? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go with this one. Museum of Islamic Art. Okay, so this is a little bit big, but the idea is I'm going to have a picture of this landmark. The one that I was trying to open was the same image, but for some reason it's not opening it's not a JPEG. I must have saved it as a web file. Anyway, so we've added this, and it's going to pop up right here. So cool. So now this I'm going to say something along the lines of, where is your home? Check the image to find where you're going. Or even, you did a full day's work. Actually, this is even better. Time to head to your next job. Get in your camper to start the engines. And so now my question is going to be, what's your next job? Or where are you going? And the answer would be the Museum of Islamic Art, right? And it's got that picture right there. Like, you did a full day's work, where are you going? Actually, I think we'll say the image is your next stop, where are you going? And it's the Museum of Islamic Art. And so we'll be able to see as we go through. And then you could potentially even, if you wanted to, I actually just recently made a game for a couple of, actually for very similar, for a couple of Qatari itinerary kind of tour guides, tourism offices, whatever they're called. It's gonna bug me. But we essentially did that. We had them go through the entire walk of the itinerary. So there's tours. The concept I'm trying to explain very badly is that these people visit Qatar have these different itineraries and these different bookings that you can do, and so you can book a whole thing and you can go from one place to the next place to the next place. And we actually did it where we not only led them on their journey, right? Okay, now we've finished up with the Museum of Modern Art, of Islamic art, sorry. Now we're going to Pro Qatar, we're going to the Qatar Cultural Museum or things like that, right? We're going somewhere else. That we did as well. We also linked it to their website, and you were able to go through after you were like, wow, that's kind of a cool thing. I didn't know that about Museum of Islamic Art. I would like to see this in person. You could actually do that, and I could port them out. So if you have any sort of like, I mean, the options here, the opportunities to really give the player something to do, to make them feel like they're involved, and to get them out to wherever you want them to be is so high with Clue Crawl. It's really, really nice. So that is everything that we've done. We have not changed our avatar. That is one thing that you have to do. If you change your map, everything defaults to you've nothing applied anymore, which sometimes means we go through and we like choose our avatar and then we change the map and then we don't think about it and we try and publish. But this won't publish without me choosing an avatar again. So I'm going to choose this little guy right here. I think he's very funny. You'll see he pops up right there. And yeah, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to put no music on this one, but of course you are welcome to put music. Go ahead and just click the little triangle in the purple to play it and get a sampling. And then if you want it, you click the pink plus button. Now I will say we do have default music for each template. If you don't click no music, there will be music on there. It's just whether or not it's the one that you've chosen. You can get rid of it easily within the game. Just a little like settings thing, and click the music off. It's very simple, but just be aware. Okay, so now I think we're good to publish. And we're gonna go ahead and play this. This pops up into a new window, which is always really nice. And we're here, we're going to adjust. I actually am pretty sure that I wanted to, well, first I want to make this math grounds, I think. Publish, and then this is the about. So you're the groundskeeper of Mouth Grounds. Go through your day to day. I think we'll say go through your day. Let's come back here. Go through your day. Keeping the grounds nice and clean while answering some awesome addition questions. All right. Now we're going in. This is the intro. This is what is on this side. So I kind of want to just emphasize this. That's right here. A lot of the other templates, the intro is on the question side. And in a lot of those templates, at the end here, the description, it kind of finishes. Then there's the right to left texting, and this is often not here. So a lot of the time, people don't go past the description to realize that there is an introduction to be created. Make your introduction. It's right here. So now I'm back. You're the keeper. Yay! Go through your day today. We did it again because we copy pasted this. Let's go fix this too. Keeping it clean, publish. All right. And you will not see anything change. What's really nice about these is they do actually, so anytime I make a change, it automatically updates to this link. It does not automatically change anybody who already has the game open. So if somebody's playing a game and you realize that there's a mistake or whatever, or you just want to make an edit, you want to do something else, you can add that and it's not going to mess them up. It's not going to kick them off. It's not going to anything like that. They do have to refresh in order to see your changes, but it's the same link and it's, it doesn't mess with them at all. Now we're at clue number 1. So cross the river twice and go past the volcano to start your day caring for the greenhouse, right? So we're here. I'm going to walk. Oh my gosh, this guy is a lot slower than the other ones, isn't he? Why is he so big too? He's so funny. I don't know, I really love these guys. They just make me laugh a lot. So we're going past the volcano, we're going past the things twice into the greenhouse here. So now this is that link, right? Read here. I can click this and it's going to pop up and it's going to say addition, really, really big. It's also really nice to have whatever your answer is be really big and just be like addition, right? Now, if you're a teacher and you are going to be doing like, and it's going to be a study guide or you want them to be really looking through it, then maybe not. Maybe you have it be something that's like, what's the line after X, right? Like we did this with the musician as well. What is the lyric that comes after this in this song? Or we also did, these are the lyrics, what's the song? And so there's a lot of like, here, go check it out. And then they go out and they go and listen to the song and they realize they like the song. Right? Okay, so we know that it's addition. We're going to say addition. Process of adding two or more items together. Now we have done that, right? So now all the plants in the greenhouse are fed and happy because we've completed our task. Head to the well to grab water to feed the rest of the trees. And now we're just going right across. We can see that this well is right here. Bonk. 10 plus 5. Yes, that's correct. I don't know why I just had a complete brain fart where I was like, that's not what that should be. Yes, that's correct. Well done. Now we've gathered up water and are ready to nourish some trees. Head to the tree closest to the orange tent. So there's a tree right here, but there's no orange tent. Let's see, there's an orange tent right here. Oh, okay, that must mean this tree. 8 plus 3. That's 11, and unlock. All the plants have been watered. Great job. We hear a complaint that someone doesn't have firewood. Grab the wood next to you. And 6 plus 8 is 14. I don't love the way this looks, to be honest. It's very empty. So I would probably come back here and do this with all of these in-between questions. I think like that's going to make this look a lot better. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Last one. Okay, so obviously we're not going to see that unless we refresh, but that's okay. All right, with wooden hand, go to the blue cabin and give it to them so they can get warm. And I think to them is weird. This is why I love playing these, and I love the ability to go right back and forth, because I will 1000% forget if I don't like go and make a note right then or go and adjust it right then. So being able to just flip back and forth, it's so nice to be able to do that. Except for now, I've already forgotten what I was going to say. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is number 5 with wooden hand. Go to and give it to our campers. Campers, so they can stay warm. Okay. So now we're going up to the blue cabin, and it's got no wood. We've got 11 plus 17 is 28, not 31. I don't know, it was embarrassing for me. And then great job. You did a full day's work keeping the math grounds operational. Time to head to the next job. Get in your camper to start your engines. So that's all the way back at the beginning. I might even say go back to the start of the fairgrounds or back to the front of the fairgrounds, of the campgrounds, math grounds, just to give them that little bit of extra information. Uh-oh, did I not select it? Uh-oh. Looks like Lindsay made a mistake. Let's see. She did. She made a mistake. So if we go back, let's go back up to the blue house. Let's see if this will work. Yep, there it is. Okay, so you can see the Museum of Islamic Art. This image is your next stop. Where are you going? Now, for this in particular, I would either take off Museum of Modern Art, or Islamic Art, and leave just the icon, add a link, or, that was all for one, even though there's many ads, or I would make this text way more visible. So the Museum of Islamic Art is kind of hard to read. The blue on the beige is not great with the white in the middle. I would probably make it a lot more visible if I wanted them to just answer it off of this. But or I could of course add a link, and that would just be right there. They could go and learn about the Museum of Islamic Art and not modern art. My goodness. So anyway, museum. Congratulations, we won. We went on a whole storyline, and let me make sure I go and change this. It's going to be at the front. And I think I'm going to say head back to the front. And start the engines. Okay. So those updates have all been made. Let's see what they look like. So now we've got our math grounds. I like this better. I think it looks nicer. We didn't really change anything of this other than go through your day instead of day to day. And then we've got easy, groundskeeper, math grounds, go through the day, nice and clean, answering addition questions, cross the river twice. We're just going through this whole thing one more time. All the way up, up, up. It would be interesting to have a run as well as like a walk. Like if you double clicked, you know. I am so sorry, guys. I know you can hear this. The people above me have very sweet kids. The kids are absolutely adorable. They're very nice, but yeah. Anyway, so we've got addition. We've done this. I know that this link works. You always make sure that you triple check your links. Do it every time, every single time. Just check it. All the plants in the greenhouse are fed and happy. Head to the well. Feed the rest of the trees. Right. All of this I think was the same. What is 10 plus 5? Look how much better that looks. Like versus just that 10 plus 5. I think it looks so much better. And now we're going to the tree closest to the orange tent. 8 plus 3. And then we're going to get the wood for the people. Well done. Go to Blue Cabin. So our campers, give it to our campers so they can stay warm is a lot better than the previous. With the wood in hand. What is? See? And then great job. So now this is a lot better. You did a full day's work keeping the math grounds operational. Time to head to your next job. Head back to the front to get in your camper and start the engines. I love that way more than the other phrasing, which I already can't remember what it was. Oh no, I got stuck on a sign. And of course you guys can see there's a stone planter, there's a kayaking board. You can go up to do all of these. And then we've got museum. And we're good. And we're done. And that's it. Nice. So actually, that was fairly quick. It was quicker than I thought it was going to be. I actually am going to show you how to do sort of the same thing on a Maze Craze template. So I actually just made a really cute game, and I'm very proud of it, and I think it's super cute. So this is actually one of the ways that you can really use that story concept, right? So I am just going to come up here and click create on our Maze Craze template. Now I'm going to keep it just as is. We've kind of adjusted our editor. You'll see as things pop up, the default things are different lately. We've kind of just zhuzhed everything. We've made everything a little bit better as per usual. That's what our aim is to always do. Anyway, the idea here was very cute. So I have these non-collectibles in here that are little aliens, and he's sneaking up from underneath, right? So in Maze Craze, if you've never seen this template, it is a maze that it pops up randomly, so it's a different maze every time. So it doesn't show right here, but it is a different maze every time. and you can go around gathering things and then shooting other things. So you're collecting things in the maze, you're shooting other things to avoid them, and whatever. And once you've collected all of the things that you need to collect, you can then go and complete the maze, right? So I love this thing. I think it's a very cute spaceship. But what I did recently was make a game that was basically about alliance amulets. So there's 4 intergalactic nations, 1, 2, 3, 4, each of them with an alliance amulet. They're coming together to sign a peace treaty. And at the last minute, an alien pops in and steals the amulets and the treaty. So the idea in the game is that you're going around and you're collecting these amulets, right? Which I'm going to add. Oh, I just added those as non-collectibles. Oops. Boom, boom. Add asset as our collectibles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the peace treaty here. And so I can just get rid of the gems, right? The other game is gather gems, which is great. It's a great game. Very entertaining. But this one, we're actually going to be collecting alliance amulets, and we're collecting a peace treaty, right? And then the non-collectibles for this game were, and I won't go through the whole thing here, but the non-collectibles were these aliens. So the idea was, in all of the language here, right? This was fly through the maze, gathering your alliance amulets. Actually, I think what I said was, it was like 4 intergalactic nations are coming together to create a peace treaty using these 4 alliance amulets. But at the last minute, a space alien comes and throws them into a black hole. We have to get them back. And then it says fly through the maze to gather the amulets and the peace treaty. But watch out, there are aliens waiting for you. Because if you hit one of these non-collectibles, one of these aliens, you lose a life. And you might die. So it says get them before they get you. And so I'm not going to go through all of that. I am just going to kind of preview this game and show you what it looks like. And so when it pops up, it's so cute. Internal server error. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Publish. That's weird. All right, well, we're going to play it. And then I can get out of this clue crawl as well to let that go away. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about the about because we didn't put that in. We're just going through easy mode. So this whole thing is where it says the intergalactic people, they're coming together. Space aliens have stole their stuff. Watch out. They're waiting for you. They know you're on your way. They know you're trying to get them back. So make sure you get them before they get you. So it's a lot of like story, introduction of what they should be doing, like physically what should you do. Go through the maze and avoid the other ones, fire the other ones, right? Watch out for the space aliens, right? So as I come here, I'm going to go through, look at that, I've got so many alliance amulets right here, and they're so cool. Oh goodness. And I'm going to go all the way back around. Ooh. Oh gosh, oh gosh. And this is the peace treaty. But see, I can't just go get it yet because there's still one more amulet, right? So now I have to navigate around these stupid aliens and I get the alien, and then I can come around, and I'm just gonna grab, and then we're gonna head right back out. And you can see now that I've gathered all of the alliance amulets and the peace treaty, I can now finish the thing. And then here I had a whole thing about, did you do it? The one thing about this is the answer will pop up the same whether or not you've won or lost. So this answer went all into like, this is how we can always be better. This was really more talking to the player about how we as Earthlings can be more like these intergalactic nations that are trying to come together for peace. There's a whole bunch of different options you could do for this. You could also just do something simple like, hey, did you collect them all? No? Yes? No? I don't know. Did you do a good job or not? It's up to you. But Thanks for playing. So, so it's totally up to you, where you go with this. But it can be very, very fun to really start to get those kind of storylines in there. Tell the player a story, walk them through a journey. They are much more willing to go on this journey over and over again if they know, like, what's happening, if there's substance to it, right? If I'm just going through and collecting gems over and over again, that's fine. And it's something I might do. I may very well do. But this giving them sort of a narration, sort of a storyline behind it is really, really powerful. And it will be something that amplifies your games over everybody else's. So if you're in the Breshnaverse, if you're in one of these, if you're in one of these, and you're actually monetizing your games, which, by the way, Breshnaverse is coming out next month. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So anyway, we do these every single week. These are our Breshna Breakdowns, where we break down each little bit of the editor or a template or even some sort of concept like storylines or maybe narration arcs or anything like that. We do lots of breakdowns every single week, and we are here for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask either in the comments, or you can come all the way down to the bottom of the page on our homepage, breshna.io, and check out our email. info@gamingfordev.com just is our email. Like, you ask us any questions, send us whatever you want to send us, or you could even book a live demo session with us. It's 30 minutes, totally free. Just click that book now, and then we are here to help you brainstorm or maybe find what storyline you're looking for, anything like that. We are also happy to build your game here. We are happy to have you guys on here. What do you want to see? What do you want to see me build? What do you want to build? Do you want to build it together live? Let's build it. So, thank you guys so very much. We will be back next week. We also have our bonfires every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and we just kind of get together. We give we give all sorts of updates, and I just remembered that we are switching to twice a month. So not next week, but the week after. That is the 1st. Oh my goodness. The 1st of May, we will be having our boat bonfire. So come on, join us, learn all the things you need to learn, and just enjoy the community, because the community is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you guys so much.